Stuntacular is on. This is Monster Jam breaking world record. So far, we have 2 new Guinness World Records, with Kristen Anderson setting the bar for height in a monster truck. And Bryce Kenny rocked it to over 100 miles per hour into the history books. And plenty of records yet to set. As you can see, we still have more to go, including Vari Musauer, who's attempting to break the donut world record of 41 revolutions in a minute. But before we get to that, we're going to welcome to the stage Todd LeDuc, who is going to attempt a forward momentum double backflip.
Well, at Monster Jam Live last Memorial Day, you guys both pulled off incredible feats. Heavy you, of course, jumping over Anthony Oshanuga's plane in Brodozer. And Todd, pulling off the single forward momentum backflip was one thing. What's it going to take to up the ante? What changes did you have to make to get that second backflip?
We've been doing tons of changes to the suspension, the roll cage. We added more bars to it. We changed the transmission gearing. So first gear now is as high as second. So I'm hitting the ramp at 45 miles an hour pretty much. And you're leaving that ramp staring at all sky and you're shifting midair. It's just wild to even think about.
We've actually got some footage of you and Tom practicing.
Yeah?
Let's check it out.
He's feeling it out. It's incredible. The adrenaline rush. Stuff you have to think of. Stuff you have to forget about. Trying to reach that speed and make that speed exactly where you want it. You know, a 1,500 horsepower engine's not easy to do that with. You got to get a straight shot. You got to get the speed up right. You got to maintain it. Throttle through. Then after you get the speed, get that momentum you need, you got to focus on being perfectly straight with the kicker. We've got to get one in here. For his positivity, this has to work. He has to shift after he hits that ramp. He has to be like a machine. Just forget what could happen to him. And if he's scared, it could be terrible. Everybody ready? We're good, buddy. Good luck.
More speed.
He got out of it. He made it. Yeah. You okay, buddy? Great height. Good rotation. Great job hitting the kicker straight. A little short. Slamming the hood. Definitely progression.
Sketchy but fun. As I committed to the ramp, the last thing I vividly saw was 43 miles an hour on that speedo, which is exactly where we needed to be. Stabbed the throttle, full throttle, and as I was midair, click second, and I vividly remember I looked out the driver's window at the peak, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can see the next town over. And the cars took all the brunt of the impact. Truck rotated around, landed back on its wheels. This trick is nasty. This is going to be Tom and I's Moby Dick.
That is just gnarly, man. I mean, it looks like you guys are going to be able to do it, but then just something
it looks like my kids playing with their Monster Jam toy trucks, and they run them down the line and let them do their thing. It looks like a Giant's doing the same thing with his truck. He's just flipping and tumbling everywhere, and nobody watching this understands just how violent it really is in there.
It is. You know, usually, normally on most tricks, you can spot the landing and brace yourself for that impact. With this double forward momentum backflip, you can't.
All right, so I understand that attempts have been made. Tom has tried to pull this off 9 times. You've made 1 attempt. Have either of you landed it?
We have not. And that's what's aggravating. Tom and I have been talking about this trick for 2 years. You know, and you're cocky, and when you're down in the locker room, and you're like, oh, I want to do the first ever, you know, forward momentum double backflip. And then when you, in real life, sit in front of a monster mountain over here, you know, it's very intimidating. And you know, you got to shut that common sense switch off in your brain and just push forward and make it happen.
Todd, appreciate you joining us up here on the stage. I know you got to get ready for your record-breaking stunt. Best of luck, my man.
Thanks, I appreciate it, guys, for real.
Next up, we're going to be checking in for another attempt at the Nosewheelie record. We're going to go to a break. Stick with us. Lots more to come right here on Dscvry.
When the water is clear, I'm cleaning some of the cups. A small price to pay to keep on living.